What's up, good people? Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Do a quick mic check. Yeah, we good. We good. Today, going to be getting into a number of topics. Going to be talking about giving my thoughts on the Candyman movie. There's a lot of things in there that sort of line up with some of the things that we talk about here. Giving my thoughts on the Mercedes Morr situation. Didn't have a whole lot to say about that, but I'll just give some brief commentary on that and recapping the crazy show from yesterday. So I will be doing that. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
What's going on? What's up, good people? We are in the building today. About to get this. What's going on? Okay, just checking the sound. Checking a number of things. But let's get ready to go. Come on. On my phone acting like I got Negro Wireless. Let's go. All right. I'd like to welcome everybody to the show today. We're going to this is going to be kind of like one of the freestyle Fridays. Did I put that? No, I didn't even put that in the title. I put my thoughts on. It's really going to be a freestyle Friday where I'm just going to be throwing out a few different topics and just rambling, just spitballing on a few different topics. Had a number of things I wanted to talk about, but happy Friday to everybody. Shout out to the early bird squad, those that make it in bright and early before we get things started. Shout out to Queen Q in the building. Darth Low trademark. Okay, I forgot that you did that. I forgot that you put the trademark on there. Shout out to you. Darth Low trademark. Shout out to you. Shout out to Queen Q. Trail Bentley. Shout out to you. Paul Game. Aaron B. Nerdine. Shout out to Nerdine. Stoic One in the building. E. Capone. Shout out to you. Al Boogie. Shout out to Al Boogie. Kill Deuce. Raphael Watson, Wilson Jr. I couldn't see that. Wilson Jr. Ephraim McKenzie. Shout out to everybody making it in the building. Silent Lamont in here. Shout out to Goshen. Yeah, this is Freestyle Friday. I may just change the title and just make that the title. I'm gonna be talking about a number of different things today. Before I open it up, like yesterday's show was wild. I saw Candyman last night, and it was a weird one. It was a weird one. It was one of those movies that's it was good, like it was put together well. You know, it was good, but it just it was so much stuff in there. Like the the guy, the main character, he it, he was kind of a bum living off his woman, and they made it a point to make that known. Now, I don't like to just come in and just take every movie where a black man is depicted kind of, not right and say, "Oh, look what them doing to us." I don't do that. I don't do that. But it was because it was irrelevant to the plot. Okay? It did nothing to develop the character, to speak in movie critic mode. Him being, he was an artist. I'm not gonna spoil it. Shout out to the human chapter. This is in the very beginning of the movie. I'm not gonna spoil the I'm not gonna spoil the movie. I'm not gonna spoil it. It was dang, it was something I was gonna say that was gonna spoil it, but I'm not. I'm a stickler about not spoiling movies. I hate when people spoil movies. I make it a point not to spoil them. So no, I won't spoil it unless, like, when I did a review on that movie, Cuties. I did a spoiler review. I titled that review. I watched it so you won't have to. I took one for the team. But for this one, no, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'll just point out some things. Somebody said he was an artist Pookie. No, he wasn't a Pookie at all. Who said that? Kill Deuce. He was an artist Pookie. No, not a Pookie at all. Not even almost. Not even remotely. He was an artist. And yeah, he did paintings, and his woman took care of him, and they made it a point. Her brother, who was gay, said something to him early on. One of the early scenes in the movies, said something like, "Now you get to painting and doing something so my sister can stop supporting you." And there was another scene where I think the girlfriend was talking to his mom or somebody in his family, and he was like, "Oh, what did she say?" 'Cause she was talking to her on the phone, and she was like, "Well, he told me, or she told me to give you money so you can stop calling her," or something like that. It was just weird. Like, I don't mind if a character is kind of, broke, and it's relevant to the story, relevant to the plot, relevant to the character, then okay, understood. But okay, and then here we go. I'm not trying to get all tinfoil hat. It was a black woman who directed it. A lot of people know Jordan Peele was one of the producers on it, but being a producer don't mean a whole lot. That just, especially if you're one of the executive producers, that just means you just fronted money. That just means you just fronted money for the project. You're not really on the creative team, even though they say the screenplay was written by Jordan Peele and a few more people. But as a lot of people had argued that the movie Us, Jordan Peele had the black had the main black character, the black male character in that movie looking weak. So it was but I don't like to go in too much on the look how they depicting the black man, because there's plenty of movies where the black man is depicted okay. The show Lovecraft Country, which was a lot of effery in that movie. It was a lot. I mean, in that TV show, it was a lot of effery in there, whole lot of it. But the main character, what's his name? Tick. I forgot it. Tick. I think his name was Tick. I forgot his name. I haven't seen it in a while. He was something that like he was a he was a real smart character. He was real smart, but he also could kick your ass. He was a strong. I think he had been in the military. He was a strong, physical, brutish male, but was intelligent. He was an intelligent brute. so to speak. You know, I think it's good characters like that they do put in TV shows. So I don't like to just go in completely on that. But this one, it just seemed like a concerted effort, at least 4 times in the movie. Completely irrelevant to the plot, completely irrelevant to the story, that they did bend over backwards to show that this man was, living off his woman. It had nothing to do with nothing. He could have been an artist who was making money. The story would have been exactly the same. He could have been an artist who was just making a good middle income. Story would have been the same. Story would have been exactly the same. So I have no idea why it was an emphasis on that. And another thing that I'll say about it, the victim narrative angle was running amok in that. Like that really was the whole movie. The whole movie was just one big victim Olympics type of thing. And I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil it, but I did want to give my thoughts on it because I watched it. I watched it last night, so I want to give my thoughts on it, and I could tell the way the direction that I'm going. I'm going to make a mistake and spoil some stuff. And the way I am, I don't like to know nothing before I watch a movie. But I think somebody said facts. Oh, okay. Before the brilliance saw it, good on you, good on you. I'm glad somebody saw it. They made the whole movie about that. I mean, the whole entire movie, talking about, I'm not going to spoil. Okay, y'all going to make me stop talking about it all because they just coming through hard and heavy. Don't spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it, but go watch it. I mean, it's at the movie. You can go to the movies now because I know you good, upstanding Americans went and got your shot, your vaccine, went and got your shot. So you're free and clear to go to the movies. Kill Deuce, shout out to you for the first super chat of the evening. Appreciate you. Than the original. I'm gonna say no, but I haven't seen the original as an adult. So if I watch the original right now, I have a whole new set of fresh eyes on it. So I'm generally going to say no, that it wasn't better than the original. But I do need to see the original with fresh eyes to make an adult comparison. It was one thing I didn't know. I thought it was just like a remake. It was an actual sequel to the original. I'll give that amount right there. I'll give that much. It was a sequel to the original. So that part was good about it. Like story-wise, it was some interesting stuff in there, but man, I hate the okay, this is what's happening here. Black people are now making horror movies, and because black people have full creative control, even though we act like we don't, black people talk like we don't, but reality is we got full creative control to be as racist as we want to be. Okay. Well, they not going to green like nothing that make them look bad. No, the black people making horror movies now, every white person is evil. Everyone. Like that's what's going on. Starting with Get Out and a lot of other movies. Even in hell, Lovecraft Country, that's kind of was in the the horror. I mean, it was pretty much in the horror genre, but it was also like some fantasy folklore, ancient mystery, woo woo type of stuff in there. Some spooky hocus pocus type stuff, but it's not exactly horror, but it's still in that kind of horror genre. And all the white people were there, evil, horrible people. But that's what's kind of going on now. And I'm not even knocking that part. I'm not knocking that part because the old trope of, hey, the black man always dies first in the horror movie. Black people making horror movies, they're supposed to flip that around. But I like what I don't like that what they're doing is that they're taking that concept and they're looking at the okay, they're taking the oppression, struggle, and racism and they're trying to put a horror movie spin on that, and it's getting weird to me. It's getting weird to me, and I'm not. I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up too much of what what the movie was about. So I'm gonna pump the brakes, but that's just a little teaser trailer I'll throw out there. But in general, in general, it's a concept that I can get jiggy with if we making black people making making our own horror movies, and we can depict it however we want to depict it. That's cool. That's cool. But then there's a element of it where just the victim Olympics. I can't give. I don't want to give it away too. I want to give away the movie. The victim Olympics ran amok in that movie all through the movie. It wasn't even subtle. It wasn't even subtle. All right. It wasn't even subtle. I just do. I just say that. Chief Rock in the building with the super chat. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Says Edward Anderson says it's too much black feminism in these movies. In Candyman, yes, it was some. It was, but I would say the black feminism was more subtle than the victim narrative stuff. The black feminism was more subtle than the whole victim thing in Candyman. I did see a small clip of they're talking about with I think Dr. Tia Johnson and some other people was talking about Michael Myers, how it was a feminist narrative in that, and they are feminizing a lot of movies. What they did to Terminator was horrible. What they did to Terminator was absolutely just unacceptable. They ruined Terminator. I look at the last two Terminator movies as just fan fiction. They don't even count. They don't even count. I just call them fan fiction. He says, well, black women only know how to be victims and push those things. The victim shit is a staple of black feminism. Yeah. Oh, no doubt about that. The Max Trucker in the building says, I'm going to see Shin Shi, and the 10 Rings. I can't do another feminist horror crap. I can't go with y'all completely. Or maybe I can explain it. If somebody who saw it, maybe I can explain it. How strong y'all think the feminism was in Candyman. I don't exactly think the feminism was that strong. It was the liberal. I'd say the liberal agenda was strong, and yes, that's married to feminism. That's true. But they didn't really push the feminism. The only thing that they did in terms of pushing black female feminism, yeah, it was a black female director, and the black woman in the movie was successful in taking care of her man, who was the main character, mind you. Who was the main character? She was taking care of him. He was an artist who I guess wasn't making no money, and they made it a point like 4 times in the movie to point out that he was a bum, even though even though he wasn't making. They took the time at least 3 or 4 times in the movie to point out that he wasn't making no money and his woman was taking care of him, even though it wasn't integral to the plot at all. The only connection that had to the plot is that because she was like kind of a big wig in like the little art world and art galleries and art displays and all of that type of stuff. She was kind of a mover and a shaker in there. And she kind of helped him get some gigs and get his art put into certain places, but that wasn't necessarily, that can happen. People can have, arrangements and within networks without one person being a bum. He would have just been benefiting from her network, It was a situation where one of the white guys she worked with, this isn't spoiling anything. There's a situation where one of the white guys that she worked with, and this was, when the movie was going on and he was, discovering a lot of things about Candyman, and he had kind of started, going crazy a little bit. And he started tripping. You could basically see that in the trailer that he had started, going through some things when he was investigating the whole Candyman thing. and it was at an art gallery, and he kind of like snapped or kind of went off a little bit, and one of the white guys was like, she can't control her man or something like that. It was like, if she can't control her man, then we're going to have to. It was like, damn. Like that's something to that's something to talk about right there with the white man is getting mad at a black woman because she can't keep her man under control. Like that's a lot to over examine and psychoanalyze all the way to the moon. We like that. It was little moments like that where it was just little side eye moments. I'll say that it was a lot of small side, but just be ready for the victim narrative just on steroids. Just know that. Just know that going in when you watch it. Craig the tech guy in the building says there is feminism in Shang-Chi. LOL. Feminism is everywhere. I mean, Game of Thrones, as great as it was, I just recently just finished binging Game of Thrones. That had so many female empowerment storylines and threads all through that. I think one of the writers said he was a feminist. It was the moment where y'all know the Hound in the movie, the guy that burned side of his face burned from when he was a kid. He was like the best male fighter in the movie. He lost in battle. I'm not giving nothing major away. He didn't. If you didn't see it, he didn't. Well, okay. He lost the fight to the best female fighter. And I was just like, that's kind of stupid. Now I can buy that that the chick, what was her name? Brianna? I forgot her name. I could buy that she was better than most of the male fighters. I could buy that. I could definitely buy that. Just like, for example, Jackie Joyner Kersey or Florence Joyner, or those are two different people. Jackie Joyner Kersey and FloJo, they're two different people. I thought they was the same person when I was a kid. They're actually two different people. I forgot which one of them was the fastest or had the record. I think it was FloJo. She could outrun probably 95% of men on Earth, but she'd get smoked by Carl Lewis. That's how I felt in Game of Thrones when I watched a chick, the best female fighter, sword wielder, defeat the best male sword wielder. I'm like, that was kind of some BS. But it was a lot of those moments. It was a lot of those moments. It was a lot of those moments in Game of Thrones. There you go. Thank you, grown man business. Brianna of Taft was a big ass bull digger. Yeah, man. Hey, they was even calling her that in the show. They was like, the big bitch. You go get that big bitch down there. Yeah. So man, that stuff, it be all over. I mean, we know what that is. They're gonna equalize it to where, yeah, we're gonna see women kicking ass. And it's okay in like a Kill Bill. It's okay in a Kill Bill where you're watching a movie that's style over substance, and it's not supposed to be realistic. But if it's a realistic movie, most women they not just going to be just beating men ass. They just not. Hey, good. Good. Well, hey, the show been off the air for 2 years, so whatever. That can get spoiled. I ain't gonna spoil Candyman. You can spoil a show that been off the air for 2 years. Yeah, Jamie Lannister pumped and dumped her. He pumped and dumped the shit out of her. She was heartbroken. She was like 40 years old, lost her virginity. And he was like, all right, I got to go get back to Cersei Lannister. I just, I had to be noble for a little bit and come help us fight the army of the dead. Okay, that's over with. Now I can go back to being, I got to go get back on some fuck shit real quick. I just had to be noble for a little bit. And he pumped and dumped the shit out of Brienne. He pumped and dumped her so cold, she was crying. Oh man, that was that was a funny scene. That was a whole funny scene. Yeah, she thought they was going somewhere, and I knew they wasn't. I knew that was he just gave her some sympathy dick. I knew exactly what that was. I knew exactly what that was, and when I saw people analyzing it, they were analyzing it from a perspective as if they thought that because I like to go watch reviews and see what I like to see what Ja Rule thinks about this. So I went to go, look and see what that's what I call whenever I just YouTube to get somebody else's review on something. I say, let me see what Ja Rule thinks about this. So I went to go see what Ja Rule thinks about this, and my camera freezing. Is that a thing? My camera freezing? I heard somebody say my camera freezing. All right. Oh, that was Sister George. I didn't see who said it. I just saw camera freezing. I didn't see who said it. Hello, Sister George. How are you doing today? Damn it. I don't got the YouTube up. I can't time her out on site. I wanted to time her out on site just to get it out the way. Don't time her out. Only I can time her out. Yeah, I'll leave her alone. But damn, what was I talking about? You said my camera freezing is completely threw me off. Completely threw me off my subject here. But damn it, we was talking about Jamie. Oh yeah, we was talking about Jamie Lannister pumping, dumping Brienne of what was her name? Brianna of Taft. Yeah. Yeah, Jamie Lannister pumped and dumped her real quick. That was that was interesting. But yeah, so the movie was good. But it's a lot of side eye moments where you're just gonna side eye the shit out of it. And sometimes it's just not even a side eye. Sometimes it's you're gonna get annoyed by some parts. Depending on how you think. Depending on how you think. If you think similar to me, there's gonna be some parts in there that's just gonna be annoying as hell. Like they made a big deal about gentrifying and it they went back to see, I don't want to give away the movie. All right, I'm gonna quit talking about that. I'm gonna segue into the other the other things I got on the topic. The Mercedes Moore chick, real quick. Like that one. See, I didn't want to cover that. I don't want to cover stuff like that because that's kind of a open shut case to me. To me, that's more or less an open shut case whenever I see stuff like that. It's like you know what it is, even though you kind of didn't know because all the details hadn't came out. So you didn't exactly know what it is, know what it was, but you knew what it was. You knew it was more than likely a situation where one of her fans pulled up on her and was and cut it out, Goshen. Because only thing I said is that the victim narrative was strong. That's right in the beginning of the movie. That's the only thing I said. The victim narrative was strong in there. But I'm deliberately moving on and not talking about it. I'm deliberately moving on and not talking about it. I just figured out right now why I hate to listen to no spoiler reviews. When people talk about do a movie review without the spoilers, I hate listening to it. I hate listening to somebody talk about something without talking about it. And I'm getting annoyed as hell with myself right now because I'm in a position where I'm having to do that. I'm having to talk about something without talking about it. And it's annoying the hell out of me, so it got to be annoying to people in the audience. So I'm about to move the hell on. But when the Mercedes Moore thing happened, like we didn't initially know the exact situation if it was just a random home intruder, but eventually the information came out, which I thought it was when they showed the pictures of everything on the wall. He's saying stuff like you use me for money or this or that. We don't know the extent of it, if it was just some hardcore extreme tricking going on or if he was just like tricking sending money over the internet, sending money over the internet, and thought that was going to get him something. Queen, you said just spoil it. No, I ain't gonna spoil it. As if he thought that was going to get him something, but either way it go. See, people making it seem like, or talking as if he found her address, as if he found her address and pulled up. Now, I don't think that's what happened. That could be it. That could not be it. I think it's more likely that he yeah. I was going to say something was going on and he was a major sponsor. And major sponsors, if an Instagram model is stupid, she'll get a major sponsor's access to her house, because some of them think that it's safer at your house than you going flying somewhere where you don't know what's going on, and you go in somewhere where in a foreign area to you. Some of them do be having people come to their house. If you listen to a lot of the stories that people tell, that those chicks, they don't always get flued out. Sometimes the guy will fly to them. So yes, one of her major sponsors more than likely flew to her. Only thing is, he's fucking psycho. And that's my general opinion on that. People was asking me what I thought about that, and I'm like, it's not that much to talk about. It's not that much to talk about. I mean, she's an Instagram model. We know what Instagram models do. We know why they got links in their bio for for their booking. We know what that is. We know what that's about. So we already know what time it is. We already know that yes, they get a lot of their money from gifts, people buying them stuff, people sending them money that they never seen them. They get a lot of their money from that, but I think they make the bulk of their money, even though they make a killing off people just e-simping, they make the bulk of their money off the people that they actually have sex with. Those are the people. I remember Tommy Sotomayor said, an Instagram model, he didn't say her name, but he said that she asked him to pay $10,000, I think a month. No, $8,000 a month. $8,000 a month to basically have sex with her every now and then. By every now and then, she said, twice a month or so, she'd come stay the weekend with him. I remember he said that. Like $8,000 a month to just basically have sex with her every now and then. Every other weekend, she come through and hang or whatever. Like, dude, the fact that she would offer that mean that somebody somewhere is paying it. So they be getting thousands upon thousands of dollars, to go spend a weekend with a dude, or have a dude come stay at their house. Dudes be coming over to their house. We happen to drop some thousands, but yeah, and that is what it is. You do that enough times, eventually somebody who's crazy is going to be in your house. And he done spent probably upwards of $20,000 over a period of time. What do you expect? I mean, I can't say what do you expect, because I mean, granted, you should be able to sell your pussy and not get killed. Okay, you should be able to sell your pussy and not get killed. In a perfect world, you should be able to just sell your pussy and not get murdered for it. But eventually, when you're playing in that high stakes game like that, you're going to end up dealing with a crazy person. So for me, right when I first saw it, it was an open shut case. Even before the writing that he put on the wall even came out, I knew it was an open shut case. I knew it was not that much to even talk about there. Says $8,000 a month. That pussy better have all types of remedies for everything. Yeah. 8K variety is the spice of life. One could trick numerous times with different women for that amount. Yeah. Yeah. No, I thought that 8K a month was more or less was more or less ridiculous, but no, I think it's more common than what you think though. It's ridiculous to me, but I think it's more common than what many people think. I'll say that. I will definitely say that. But those are my general thoughts on that. I don't got a. I'm sorry. I don't got a whole lot of analysis on this because it's not that much to analyze to me. It's really not that much to analyze. It's an open shut case. Instagram thought gonna be a thought, and they do they thought, and ultimately an increased percentage chance of something horrible like that happening. It was a sad story about how the dad, was calling her for a little while and she wasn't answering. Then the dad eventually kicked the door in and found out that, damn, she's, found his daughter dead, found the guy upstairs choking. I don't know if he stabbed himself or slit his throat after he heard the door getting kicked in. That's what it sounded like happened, because when the dad walked up there, he saw the guy up there gargling on his own blood, So yeah, that's just an overall all around crazy situation. All around crazy situation. Was not much analysis on that. The one thing that was up for great analysis was the damn the show yesterday. The show yesterday was a fun one. Shout out to Kevin in sales. Shout out to Kevin in sales on that one. Right, January, man. You said no signs of forced entry. No. Homeboy, I don't think Homeboy forced his way in. I think she let him in. Like they let men in their house all the damn time. Like that's not like that shouldn't be a stretch. A woman that sell pussy let a man in her house. A man who, based off the evidence, said that he spent a lot of money on her. So it's evidence that he's a pussy buyer. It's evidence that she's a pussy seller. So it shouldn't be a big deal that they were. How did he get in the house? How the fuck you think? It's like, that's the part that just keep killing me. A pussy buyer and a pussy seller. A pussy buyer and a pussy seller walk into a bar. Like, it's like a joke. Like we know, like I don't know why people trying to make it seem like it was a random breaking and entry. Like some girl who, like some girl who worked at Starbucks was found murdered or whatever. Like no, this ain't no just regular chick that work at Starbucks. Shout out to GC in the chat. This chick, this wasn't just no regular girl. This wasn't a Walmart cashier. What y'all talking about? How did he get in the house? She let him in. That part was blowing me away. Like, why is they making it? Why are they trying to solve a break-in and entry, a random killing? Like, no. He buy pussy, which the evidence did show that he said he spent a lot of money on her. So he wrote that on the wall. He buy pussy, she sell pussy. But how did he get in the house? It's like asking, how did the like if some fat guy died at a buffet, like, but how did he get in? They let him in. He's a fucking customer. This shit was getting goofy. That's why I didn't cover it, because it was just nothing to analyze. It was nothing to analyze. It's unfortunate that somebody got killed. It's unfortunate that somebody got killed, but what happened was obvious. Shout out to KD in the building. Speaking about selling pussy. Speaking of selling pussy.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want. Everything? Everything.
Shout out, shout out to KD in the building. You got to get out, got the get out thing on there. One funny side note: Michael Blackston was on Fresh and Fit. I saw a little clip of it where he kind of roasted Fresh a little bit. He said, this mother sucker looked like Get Out if he never got out. That shit was funny to me. And he do look like the guy from Get Out. The guy from Get Out, if he would have never got out, he would have devolved into looking like Fresh. That shit was funny. That shit was funny. I got a good laugh out of that one. I didn't watch the whole show. But I did see that part. Thought it was pretty funny. I heard her homeboy from New York, and he ain't really African. That's what I heard, but I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. But yeah, but this thing here was an open shut case. Open shut case from the start. One more thing that I wanted to get into. Oh yeah. Yesterday's show, to me that one highlighted something. Now, okay, it was two things going on. And let me see. Wait a minute. Shit, I don't even got a thumbnail on this thing. Damn it. Okay, I'm messing up this morning. All right, anyway. So, here's the deal with yesterday's show. All right, two things regarding the gentleman in question. Body Thug said he's from Philly. That's funny. But yeah, I knew he not. I heard early on that he was an African. Here's the deal. Yesterday's show, the guy who made the post, who I found out is a guy who lurks around in this space named Smurgo. It highlights one of the problems that we be having a lot of the time in this space, where we basically be, people who are intelligent, who make good arguments. Those arguments will get picked up and grabbed by the wrong person, and they will run a mile with it. They will go in chat rooms, repeating it out of context, and just make everything look bad. And I stand by that. I stand by everything I said. Like the shit was ridiculous. The shit was ridiculous that somebody who don't want a relationship, don't want children, let alone getting married. I mean, I understand not wanting to go sign some legally binding documents at the courthouse. That's understandable. But don't want to get married. Don't want none of that. It's like that. You shouldn't even be in the conversation for stuff like that. You're talking about family creation, and I mean, and how we do families in Black America, like that. That's a separate thing. Whether or not the kid should be with the father or the mother. No, you in the MGTOW pump and dump, free agent lifestyle lane. Live your life. But he coming over here, you think Smargo is mostly a troll? I don't know. See, I don't know if these people be trolling. There are some people who fit the stereotype of what people want to. He's the type that fits what they want to say the whole manosphere is. I want to come on and say just whatever I could possibly say to piss people off. Now, listen, I don't got a problem with pissing women off. But if I say something that pissed them off, it's going to be well thought out. It's going to be the truth, unless somebody can show me where something was false in what I said. It's going to be the truth as far as I could tell. And if my opinion, perspective, or facts or stats or whatever I lay out, if it pisses somebody off, then so be it. It is what it is. But some people just operate from the standpoint of no. It's not calculated. You're not saying something that makes sense. You're just saying you just come in with an energy of I just want to piss somebody off. You're just coming with that energy. I'm just here to piss somebody off just for the sake of pissing them off. And if you sound dumb in the process, if you sound unreasonable in the process, then you make the whole space look unreasonable and dumb. And I told y'all yesterday on the show how some dude was some dude who was in this space who we thought was a male feminist. His talking points was so wacky at times, and he started saying so much crazy stuff that a lot of people blocked. I even blocked him at one point. I think I unblocked him. I forgave and forgot, but he was annoying as hell. But I blocked him and then unblocked him. But a lot of people still got him blocked. This dude, he's been on Obsidian's show when Jessica X and Kevin Samuels was on there, and he got picked apart by Obsidian, Jessica X, and Kevin Samuels. Got destroyed. Not a part of the manosphere. Came to fight against the manosphere, basically, in my perspective. Just recently, this dude pulled up on, called into Tanya TKO's show, talking like he represents the manosphere. So you representing the manosphere, huh? And saying a bunch of goofy ass shit that was predicated on some talking points that some of us may have said. But when she started asking him questions, he couldn't give good answers. And he sounds stupid, and he made the whole space look stupid. But anybody in the chat room could say, yeah, I represent the manosphere. And then they call into somebody else's chat, unprepared, don't got the information, can't answer the questions, and then just get made to look stupid. Like I witnessed that happen. But this person, we thought was a damn feminist. We thought he was I actually did one-on-one with him. It wasn't the male feminist that Pac shout out to Little Big Nate. It wasn't Paco the pillow biter. It was somebody else. Well, it was titled one-on-one debate with a male feminist. And then ultimately, I think he didn't show up. Then I did another show with him. I think where that was a one-on-one where we are basically, picked him apart, tore him to shreds, and then he was done. And then so he went from male feminist to I represent the manosphere. Like it's people like that lurk around chat rooms. As long as links get thrown in the chat, which I still put the link in the chat, but as long as links get thrown in the chat and there's call-in numbers, these people are able to just show up and represent ideas and talking points and represent them horribly. I sound like Bill Walton with that one. Horrible. Anyway, shout out to Theo Waff in the building with the $100 super chat. And you know what we're doing. We get a $100 super chat. We gotta get what we gotta get. Where is it at? Gotta get Smokey to count it out for us.
20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140.
That's $100.
Shout out to Theo. Appreciate you. Says happy Labor Day, by the way. Damn it, I forgot it was Labor Day. If it ain't Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving. Well, no. Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, 4th of July. Every other holiday, I forget. Theo in the building. But Black, we need to organize and we need to light fireworks. We need to get a city permit in each city and light fireworks on Juneteenth. That's what we need to do. Niggas ain't gonna do it. We gonna celebrate the white man's holidays. We ain't gonna celebrate. We ain't gonna celebrate Juneteenth. But shout out to Theo. Appreciate you. He says Chewbacca likes to eat trolls raw with soy sauce. Man, get Chewbacca off of that soy. D-Rock Den in the building with the customary, traditional, everyday $5 cash app. Appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. But yesterday, yeah, Goshen fireworks on Juneteenth. You ain't with it? You not with it. Fireworks on Juneteenth. We need to do it. Actually, I do think like the black holidays, we should spice them up a little bit. Sort of like, I think I said this before, yeah, how everybody participates in St. Patrick's Day. Like, you ain't Irish. Why you participating in St. Patrick's Day? You don't even celebrate Kwanzaa and Juneteenth. Okay, well, that shit is Kwanzaa. I went to a Kwanzaa event before. Yeah, the shit was boring. St. Patrick's Day is celebrated with fucking lots of alcohol. 4th of July is barbecue and beer. Like, I'm just saying, on Juneteenth, if we made a tradition that we barbecued and got drunk and lit fireworks, people would celebrate Juneteenth. That's all I'm saying. Make it fun. Make it fun. That's all I'm saying. Gunshots. Yeah, on Juneteenth, we shoot guns in the air. We shoot guns in the air. But yeah, shout out to Theo. This was an unofficial freestyle Friday. Unofficial freestyle Friday where y'all can throw out the topics. Because I wasn't going, after I took Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off, I wasn't going to not come on Friday. But I barely had a show, but I was like, we're going to do a freestyle Friday, even though I didn't title it Freestyle Friday. So y'all can throw out topics. The link is in the chat. We could chop it up a little bit. I'm almost an hour in, so we can start chopping it up. I was going to shut it down early today, but Theo dropped 100 on me. That's enough to fuel me. Keep me going strong. But what was I getting into about yesterday? Oh, it was a peg situation. See. Okay, I hate to say this. Let me just make this very clear. I hate to say this. Whenever somebody has ever said that the manosphere is full of guys who hate women, and then they try to throw out the sexually suspect, thing. I hate that. I hate it when Shahrazad Ali, even though I think it doesn't take away her legacy and everything that she's done. Don't take away everything that she's done. But I did not like when she said that Ike, you gonna get on the no-fly list again. I did not like when she said that it's a lot of men who they act like they either she said hurt by a woman or turned out by a man. I didn't like when she said that. I don't like when they say, because I've always said with no evidence, they try to say that, men who, got any critique of women, basically, they're secretly gay. I've even heard Derek Jackson say that. He's like, you know what that mean? I mean, in most cases, that mean they gay. Like Derek Jackson literally said that. He literally said that in the video. I never find it because it's just lost in his archive somewhere. But I know I heard him say that. Now, when somebody like Smurgo, who come off like a damn troll to the point to where it's a debate whether or not he really trolling, and then so he's saying a bunch of stuff, and he in that category. He's saying a lot of stuff that's putting him categorically in there, where he just coming off as just an angry dude who just mad and just hate women. Like some people fit the stereotype. They're normally nameless, faceless chat room people, but some people fit that stereotype that he just hate women. There's no rhyme. There's no reason. He just hate women. Some people do fit that stereotype. And then when you couple that with the fact that he was, shout out to Fantastic, said that the dude was a peg protector, He's protecting the pegging lifestyle. That it's like we found the one guy who falls in the category. And I don't want to say this about this man because I don't know how you get down in his personal life, but I mean, with I hate to say it, but what Shahrazad Ali said, I was like, it's probably one guy who something like that might apply to. Now, I'm not saying that this man was turned out by a man. I will never just go that far and just charge a guy up with that with no evidence and say he was turned out by a man. But when you make statements that aren't logical and you come off like somebody who just either is trolling or just got just a uncalculated, unreasonable, hate towards women, and you're defending pegging, I'm like, dude, like you're giving the detractors every stereotype that they all the fuel they need to say what they want to say about us as a group of men online talking about these issues. Now, the manosphere, the stuff that's talked about here, is the majority good and absolutely necessary. Absolutely necessary. But obviously, in every group, there's going to be some elements. Normally, not the leaders. Normally, not the people that's on the front lines. But somewhere within the group is going to be some bad apples. It's an unavoidable thing in any type of group of people. It's unavoidable. And so when you look at the worst the worst that could be lurking amongst a group, when that person stands up to be counted, and then all the people who criticize and charge the entire group up can just focus in on that one individual and say, aha, see, that's what we've been talking about. Like, damn. Like, you just giving them everything they want and standing in it too. Saludim El Rahim, shout out to you. He says, so if you criticize women, you are gay. That's what the worst detractors of the sphere will definitely try to throw out there, and they will try to say that. But what I'm saying is homeboy gave them everything that they ever wanted. Because he does a irrational, illogical criticism of women, and he defended the pegging lifestyle. So what I'm saying is, in that situation, he's giving them exactly what they want. That's what I'm saying. Now, obviously, y'all know where I'm at with it. Men should be criticizing everything that they see wrong. They should. That's definitely where I'm at with it. The Black Manosphere criticizes men. People didn't like the way we did it, with the Pookie and Ray Ray versus Educated Lame debate. And yes, like I said before, there was some, the argument was just worded in a way that made it easy for people to straw man it. But that was an attempt for the Black Manosphere was coming at what's wrong with black men, was in the black community. And yes, we did circle it back to, and these are the guys that y'all choosing to put a higher premium on, and they doubled down on it. And says, yes, that's the warrior class. And we don't mess with them lame niggas. We don't mess with them lame niggas over there. They doubled down. They doubled down hardcore, slapped their trump card down. They threw in a lot. The Pookie protection, the Pookie and Ray Ray defense force was stronger than the Kevin Samuels defense force. It was. It was. And so the Black Manosphere was pointing out the problems, and the women doubled down, said, no, we like that problem. That problem gets our pussy wet. When they doubled down with that, it was like, okay, whatever. It was like, Manosphere took a step back, like, okay, we tried. We tried to point out the problem. Manosphere criticized men, criticized women. It spoke precisely and accurately about the problem and what the issue is. It has, and it's been very, very clear, and I would say very effective on that. Very clear and very effective on that. And so, for that reason, I always rock with the sphere. Stand by it. I'm gonna stick beside it. Let's see. Oh, gotta move that over there. Yeah. 180 people in the building. 180 people in the building. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Big things are coming down. I only 78 on the likes. Y'all are playing me. Doing me dirty on the likes. Big things coming down the pipeline. I didn't want to explain too much of it and everything, but yeah, I'm being a whole new studio outside of my house. I'm Rap City in the basement right now. No, I'm gonna get a separate spot for it. Multiple mics, multiple cameras, everything set up. That's why I've been waiting to buy a new camera, because I want to wait till I get my whole new setup before I get a new camera. Because this is the camera that cut off every 30 minutes. I hate that it do that, but I'm definitely gonna get that right. Gonna be an in-studio guest kind of show, type of feel, type of vibe. And it's about to be going down. But let's see. I covered everything. I covered the Candyman. I couldn't get into Candyman because I didn't want to spoil it. The open shut case of the freaking Mercedes Morr thing. That was an open shut case. It was driving me crazy. People trying to say, well, did he break into the house? Recap of recap? No, it was just a recap. I did the show yesterday, and then I did a recap today. That's just a recap. It would be a recap of a recap if I recap today's show tomorrow. That would be a recap of a recap. Snuggles says, are you going to have in-studio session guests? And if so, who is allowed to visit? Okay, I'm going to have a studio set up where there will be in-studio guests. I think I said that. And she said, so are you going to have in-studio session guest? Like I said, I'm going to eat a cheeseburger. And then you said, will it be cheese on that burger? Like, that's what you just did, Snuggles. I just said, I'm going to eat a cheeseburger, and then you super chatted, okay, will it be cheese on that burger? Like, am I hearing this wrong? Like, is their question stupid, or am I slow? Which one? What's happening here? It could be both. It could be both. So, are you going to have in-studio session guest? And if so, who is allowed to visit? I don't even understand the who's allowed to visit question. Whoever I decide to have on my show. Logan JJ, you joking? He said, just don't bring random people from the streets like some folks in Miami. Well, you joking, but I think that can make a show good, though. I love talking about these manosphere topics with people who are unmanosphered. That's when it's fun. So it will be some of that. Now it won't be the same type of deal with Fresh and Fit where it's just a bunch of bouncy bimbos in there. It won't be that. It won't be that. And I'll still do a lot of the same, call in type of deal. You know, it's gonna be a lot of things. It's gonna be a lot of things going on. But no, it won't just be a bimbo Bernard and Fit. Cut it out. Cut it out. Okay. No. It won't be exactly like that. It won't be that. It won't be that. It will be more along the lines of, I can't even think of a good analog of what exactly it will be like. But it will be it'll be cool. It'll be similar to, I mean, I would like to have men and women, in there. And then, if I can get like a bigger name guest to come in, that's great as well. But it don't have to be initially just a bunch of big names, but like just a live in person round table, type of conversation type of deal, sort of like what we do on the show, but just people, in person and everything. So yeah, I got a lot of ideas. I'm not fleshing it all out right now. But Snuggle 668, she says, "Are you going to answer the question or keep reiterating that you said it before the chat was sent, or do you need the question?" Okay, the answer to the question is yes. I said I'm going to have a setup where it's going to be an in-studio setup where it's going to be in-studio guests with multiple mics and multiple camera angles and everything like that. I said that's what it's going to be. And then you asked me, will I have an in-studio guest sessions? Again, Ike said a casting couch. God damn. God damn. Casting couch? No. That's damn near what Fresh and Fit got going on. Fresh and Fit got a casting couch. No, I ain't doing a casting couch. Y'all asking weird questions. Said, so is it going to be a podcast? Well, technically, like, what's a podcast? Like right now, what I'm doing right now would technically be a video podcast. Like Fresh and Fit calls it the Fresh and Fit podcast, but they're really on video. That's not exactly a podcast. So it's hard to define what exactly is a podcast, because a podcast was typically just audio. So what people do, what you're doing when you get to that point where you have in studio guests, it's almost not really a podcast anymore. It's basically just essentially a TV show. Snuggles says, "Thanks, Tony." So is somebody agreeing with Tony? I mean, somebody agreeing with Snuggles? Oh, okay. He's saying play Snuggles video. Okay, yeah. She earned it. She earned it with the goofiness.
Hi, I'm Snuggle. Snuggly softness. That's really less expensive.
Saladim El Rahim said, "No, you mean Fit got a casting couch." Broadcast. That may be it. Thanks for coming. Now let's see what you're working with. Yeah. But all right. I'll throw the link out there one last time. I'm more than happy to wrap it up. Because I wasn't going to come on the air today, but I just couldn't just only do Thursday this week. That's like practically just quitting. That's practically quitting. So I had to come on here, ramble and chop it up a little bit. But I put the link in the chat if somebody want to come up, and I'm giving it about 5 minutes. Don't feel forced to do it if you don't want to do it, because I have no problem have no problem getting off the air. Have no problem getting off the air and making this a shorter one. But I do think the concept, and a lot of people don't even realize it, like, to me, like Fresh and Fit, Kevin Samuels, what they're doing or what's made their shows work, whether it's in studio or whether it's call in, a lot of what they're doing, and like Kevin Samuels' show, okay, it's set up in a way like it's, like he's giving dating advice for women, but really what's happening is that he's for lack of a better way to explain it, like essentially lured them in to pull up and ultimately debate manosphere talking points with them. That's why I say some people don't just understand the value and the strength of that. The manosphere is years ahead of everybody. Go listen to Clubhouse. You're going to see how behind everybody is. It sounds like people talking from 90s, early 2000s, like they're not even caught up with the amount of, information and game that's out there in the manosphere. They're not caught up with it. But getting those conversations to be had with other people who aren't manosphered, who aren't ingratiated with this into this whole, culture, it's a winning combination. It's a winning combination. Having those conversations with men and women, it's a winning combination. And that's ultimately what's going on. You bring in somebody just fresh and new, just fresh eyes, fresh mind, and start talking about these topics and these concepts, and then they challenge you on it, and that just makes for an entertaining entertaining show. Entertaining show. But we got a contestant of The Price is Right here. Mr. O in the building. What's going on?
Is it with Bob Barker or with what's his name? Which Price is Right? Because we modern, we old school. Said The Price
What?
is Right.
What about
What's
The Price
good,
is
y'all?
Right? Oh, the next contestant on The Price is Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't remember. I can't remember which one was the host. I think that was. I can't remember which. I can't remember who.
Yeah, Bob Barker, old as
That'd be
hell.
Bob Barker. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was. I'm not even 100% sure.
Yeah, what's good, B? You probably don't remember me. I had used my actual government name. I was up here like a couple of months ago. I can't remember now, but I'll be watching your show all the time. Little Big Nate, and I know Theo down in the chat, so I'm familiar with you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Oh, yeah, what up?
I had broke this story kind of first though the other day. The only thing did not know that she was a swirler, but I did know about the OnlyFans where I broke it down my video joint. But this
Well, I
right,
wouldn't call her a swirler because when you're in the pussy selling business, you're selling pussy to whoever's buying. So
true.
that's not a kind of. I had to mute you for a second. So that wouldn't be considered a swirler. That wouldn't be considered a swirler at all. Like it's some of those women, like I've heard somebody. I don't know if this was it was basically like an Instagram or OnlyFans type of chick. I don't. It was one of those chicks. She's basically a sex worker, and she said that she prefers black men. That's what she liked. That's who she got a black man that she messed with, or some black men she messed with that she have sex with recreationally for free. But she said a lot of her customers are white. So that's a different dynamic. So you can't put the swirling tag on her. But anyway,
Yeah,
those,
but
those
the majority of our sisters today, like BGS said, man, they want to be the village wife. They want to go ahead, mess with so many men, get attention from so many men, and we all got to just pay for it. But what we really get in the end, though, BR, I mean, yeah, Shorty was decent. I hate what happened to her, but same time though, man, she was a culture-rated prostitute. I mean that's what I feel about all these IG stars. They basically all out here selling it, so you can't deny it. And any woman that's trying to tell me otherwise, you're lying.
oh yeah, oh no, that they definitely selling it. Put it like this: Instagram don't have a money making mechanism in it. I'm speaking before OnlyFans. before OnlyFans even was out. There's no, like, you don't get paid for views on Instagram. You see what I'm saying? So I sound like Lucario. I did an interview with Lucario. Now I'm
or
saying
Twitter.
you see what I'm saying every at the end of everything. But no, so there's no money making mechanism in there. So how are they making their money? Well, they making it based off the followers, based off that DM me for booking information and all of that. They for air quotes booking information. That's how they're making their money. That's what they get their money off of. The guys hitting them up, emailing them, getting their contact information, and if the price is right, they can pay to play. That's simply how it goes. So it is no question that there's a lower level of Instagram chicks who you might call an Instagram model.
No names.
They
I
were
mean,
just they
they
were
just
they were
know.
growing their Instagram largely in part for attention, because chicks love attention. So yeah, and it make a chick feel good if she had 5,000 followers. Okay, she got up to 10, she got up to 15, she got up to 20. Yeah, that make her feel good. But the ones who are doing it practically professionally, to where they networking with the other Instagram chicks. Some of them even pay money to get shares, get the chicks with 500,000 Instagram followers to share their page. They trying to get themselves out there. They trying to blow up and get famous on it. Basically, yeah, those ones, they more than like it's the vast majority selling it. Like that's no questions asked.
I mean, hoes, no hoes. I mean, look at Delicious. She was one of the main ones, you know what I'm saying? Her, Cardi B was all the ones that was basically saying their condolences. But these are the main ones that made a whole entire career of being basically finesse artists, And I find it crazy that people actually endorsing this culture and get mad with us calling it out, saying that, like you said, that we just hate women. Like, no, I got older women in my family that just look at this generation of women and it says they just shake their head. It's like basically they dying in vain. They took care of all these generations of kids, and this is what we have to show for it. And I agree with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Like, just look at Ari. Like, these chicks want to be like Ari Fletcher and Bernice Burgos. They want to be like the ones go like before all this COVID thing, before nightclubs became basically a thing of the past. They was basically getting like they was the event. They would actually have club promoters ask these women to come in their club on a particular night just to boost up their sales, and these women felt like they were some real life celebrities. Like, just for being in the land of the living, just because they bad. I mean, got a body, they pretty. Like, what's really going on out here?
Right. Yeah, they yeah, like like I said, it's an open shut case. It's an open shut case with the Mercedes Morr situation. It was interesting when Cardi B damn, I was trying to find Cardi B's tweet where she had kind of went off. She had said something along the lines of damn it, I can't even think of what it said. But she made it seem like people was just attacking the lifestyle. And yeah, the lifestyle, that is something to attack, that is something to criticize. It is to some degree. It is.
So you saying sex work
You
is
can
real work for
criticize
y'all?
that, but I don't think nobody was coming from a perspective or an energy of, well, that's what you get. She deserved to die. It was a more of a situation where, yeah, that just an increased probability of that shit happening. You inviting crazies to your house. They're making it seem like he broke in, but no, that was a
I mean, I thought
situation
that
where,
was a gated community though. At the same time, I mean, Cardi B was just saying that sex work is real work, considering to Miss Mercedes Moore's like she was supposed to be protected because she's a black woman, all that crap. You know how they say it.
right. If I'm not mistaken, I think Mr. Fantastic about to go in on this same topic. I think I'm about to drop his link and pass this over to Fantastic, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think Fantastic. Let's see what he got. I think Fantastic about to go in on this same topic.
Yeah,
Because
him
like I
and
said, I don't got that much to say about that because it's an open shut case. It's an open shut case to me. It's nothing, not that much to say. Not that much to say. It is what it is. She was selling pussy and
yeah.
she sold it to somebody crazy, and some crazy shit happened. I mean,
Hey, it happens every day. People will die every day. Yeah, Mr. Fantastic and a little bit Big Nate supposed to have a show this Saturday. I was watching yesterday on Little Big Nate show. So that's gonna be probably another good topic. They probably gonna be talking about this too.
right. All right, yeah, this is what we about to do because I think Fantastic about to blaze it up. That said at 12 noon, if I'm not mistaken. I said he's starting at 12 noon EST. So I'm about to get up off of here and call it a short show today. Call it a short show, Freestyle Friday.
Appreciate having me up
And
BR. Go
yeah,
ahead,
no
go
doubt, no
see
doubt.
over there, Fantastics.
Right on. Y'all can going over there and bombard Fantastic as we gradually slide up on out of here. I'd like to thank everybody for coming through today. Like to thank everybody for coming on through. Appreciate everybody who liked, shared, subscribed, did anything to support the stream. Everything you want. Shout out to I'm talking like the Vietnamese chick. Uh, anything you did to support the stream, appreciate you. And special shout out to my man Theo Waff in the building. Dropped $100 super chat. Definitely appreciate you coming on through. And with that said, we are out of here. Peace.